Hey people, welcome. I am live in not Edmonton, but another city in Alberta. You can probably guess which one. I'm in downtown Calgary. I've left Edmonton behind and we've arrived in Calgary just earlier today. So welcome everyone. This is my first ever stream from Calgary, and we're going to walk around and explore a bit of the downtown of Alberta's largest city today. Where we're looking at right there. I can see the signal is not as strong right off the bat as it was in Edmonton yesterday. So I see we got Picard, how you doing? Got Wesley, Carol Ellie, hello, Dave in Bangor, Maine. Hello, Evan in Harjot. Pittsburgh RPG, how you doing? You enjoyed Calgary when you were here in 2019? Lena Sandoval, how you doing? Vivian Johnson. Good to see everyone. Hopefully this signal strength improves and we don't run into too many signal problems during the stream. So I took the bus down from Edmonton this morning at 8 o'clock this morning, arrived in Calgary at 11:30. Hey Michelle Gray, I am in your town, that's right. I overslept on a train and ended up in Calgary. Isn't that what happened to Ross on Friends? He overslept and ended up in Montreal. You know exactly where I am. Yeah, I've already done 2 videos here in Calgary before the stream. And I might do another one after the stream. Hey, Christine Camley, hello. You'll be here tomorrow. Love Calgary. So much more attractive than Edmonton. You know, I think I have to agree there, even though my family who lives in Alberta are mostly in Edmonton. I do have some family in Calgary though. But I think downtown Calgary seems a lot healthier and more lively than downtown Edmonton. Hey Chugor, how you doing? So this is First Street. We're walking north on First Street. This is a treat for you. You work downtown but never looked around. Hey, Candle Arawak, Alex Oliveira, hello. And anyone else who said hello that I might have missed. Brett Mallon. I think we'll walk around for at least a couple of hours. And the weather is nice again. I kind of lucked out. I think it's also around. Hey, Eeg, hello. But unlike in Edmonton, the signal here is very weak. It was in full strength during my entire stream in Edmonton yesterday. It's not even half as strong here in downtown Calgary. Look at that classic car. You see a lot more classic cars on the streets in Alberta because I think they don't use salt on the roads. So these old cars tend to last a lot longer. At least that's what I always heard from my Calgary family, my Edmonton and Calgary family. Yeah, the University of Alberta in Edmonton is a great school. And that part of Edmonton is really nice. Old Strathcona with White Avenue nearby. That's by far the nicest part of Edmonton, I would say. Calgary isn't rat-free. I think all of Alberta is rat-free, right? Hello, Elena. How you doing? Tom Seeley, hello. You predict there'll be a lot of buffering? Let's hope not. The signal is weak, but let's hope it doesn't go that far down. Hey, Kevin Zhang. That's Calgary's tallest building right there. That's right. The Calgary Tower is not the tallest building. That was surpassed a long time ago by a bunch of office towers. Yeah, I haven't had any notifications yet. Hello, Yvonne Atherton. Yeah, it's a great day. And from what I've seen so far, just the vibe in downtown Calgary seems a lot more healthy. Two landmarks here. You got the Calgary Tower and the old Palliser Hotel. That's a railroad hotel, classic railroad hotel. The tracks run right behind it. That's about 1/3 the height of the CN Tower, for reference. So stack two more on top of one another, and then you'd have the CN Tower. Hey, Chris West, hello. I was in Edmonton yesterday, yep. The drive, I took the bus. The bus is a bit slower. It took about 3.5 hours. By car, you can do it in less than 3 hours. If you like really go with the flow of the traffic, which tends to be pretty fast. Mark Inchin, hello. Yeah, Calgary's pretty cool so far. I've walked around for a few hours before starting the stream. Checked into our Airbnb, which was a bit of a boondoggle, but we finally got inside. Our Airbnb is right near where I began the stream. Beautiful old Hudson's Bay store. I did a walk earlier down the Stephen Avenue Mall here, which is a pedestrian street. And maybe we'll come and check this out again later on in the stream. There's just lots of copyright music. So I do have a video coming up on the channel where I walk along this. So if I can't really stream it too well due to all the copyright music, you can always check out that video when I post it, which will be soon. But it's a very nice stretch of old historic buildings, kind of low-rise. Stephen Avenue here, before all the big office towers. Although now they are looming in the background, as you can see. Hey, Mike Landry, hello. How you doing? Thank you very much for the $1.99 super sticker. Cheers, Mike. Much appreciated, Mike Landry. Thank you. Hey, Reggie Gagnon, how you doing? Hello, John Burke. I didn't explore the more northerly end of downtown though yet, so I think I'm going to head up there. That's going up towards the river, the Bow River. And check out the LRT trains. Calgary light rail. You might have seen those in Edmonton yesterday also. Calgary's light rail system is quite a bit bigger than Edmonton's though, but Edmonton's is expanding and catching up. I haven't taken a ride yet on the Calgary light rail, but I think I'll try to do that. I did take a ride on the Edmonton light rail. Hey Marge, how you doing? You live in the west end of downtown. Okay, Michelle. So you live that way. Very similar. 3 cars coupled together. Edmonton and Calgary are similar in a lot of ways, but they're also different in a lot of ways. They're close in size also. Calgary is bigger, but not by a whole lot. Edmonton might have around 1.4, 1.5 million. Well, Calgary might have like 1.6, 1.7 million in the metro area. City proper, Calgary is bigger than Edmonton by maybe 200,000 or 300,000. Hey Brandon, hello. Sammy Woo, what's up? Caught you looking, hello. You like the LRT? That used to be the tallest building in Calgary, but no longer. I think it's like a 56-story building. It's called the Suncor Energy Center now. I think it used to have a different name when it was originally built. Like Petrocan maybe, or something like that. And that's the Bow, that big glassy tower behind. That was also once the tallest building in Calgary, but no longer. It's a massive office tower though, as you can see. Hey, Natural Isa, how you doing? You love Calgary? This is my first time exploring Calgary on foot. I've only ever passed through it before on the bus or flown over it. Never had a chance to get out and walk around until now. That's a residential tower there. Hey, Billy T, hello. So here's the tallest building again, up close. Was the petrol can building? Yeah, I thought so. Oh yeah, the bow has a sculpture like the Big Giant Head, right? By the same artist as the Big Giant Head in Toronto, as I like to call it. Maybe we'll go look at it. I'm just sort of wandering, checking things out. More traffic. Yeah, there's more traffic and more people than in downtown Edmonton. Although, during the stream yesterday, the traffic was getting pretty heavy in downtown Edmonton at one point. But the pedestrian traffic never really did amount to much. Yeah, see DJ. Atakari, hello. The Brookfield building, that's right. Thank you, Michelle. And I was and during a couple of videos today in Calgary that Edmonton actually has the tallest building in Alberta, not Calgary. The Stantec Tower in Edmonton is a little bit taller. Just a smidge. Hello, James Buddy. Yeah, I see a St. Regis Hotel over there. That's like an old school St. Regis Hotel. Hey, Donald Bacon, how you doing? Well, maybe I won't be out walking around long enough to see the sidewalks get rolled up. So here's that sculpture by the same artist as the Big Giant Head. And look at it, it's another Big Giant Head. This Big Giant Head is bigger than Toronto's Big Giant Head. Hey, Ruben Q, hello. There's a look up at the bow. What a humongous building. Looks like a hologram. Yeah, that's right. There was a Winter Olympics that took place in Calgary back in '88. Hey, Jennifer Gala. There's a nice old school building with a fire escape. I think that building is called Telesky. It's a really cool looking residential building. There's an indoor garden on the top floor. Hey, that's cool. All right, let's start heading north again. An H.R. Geiger look. Yeah, I kind of could see that, you know? I know what you're saying there. Christine Camley, a $20 super chat. Terrific Calgary walk, Ken. Thanks so much. You're very welcome, and thank you so much for the awesome support, Christine. You've always been a huge supporter. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much, Christine Camley. And hello, John O'Meara. And I'll have more Calgary videos coming up, Christine, so keep an eye out for those. Once you get into the more office districts here, which is what most of the core of Calgary is made up of, it gets a lot quieter, like in terms of people, especially on a weekend. Thanks again, Christine. Check it out, 2 old arcade games. Here's the bow from the other side. You know it's a massive building when it somehow manages to look squat and wide, even though it's still incredibly tall, you know? It's a big boy. Yeah, it is a beautiful building. I'd say one of the most beautiful looking office towers in the country, easily. And next to Toronto, Calgary is the city in Canada that has the most skyscrapers. Not Vancouver, not Montreal. It is Calgary. Legit skyscrapers. We're talking buildings of only Toronto has more than Calgary in Canada. I just got a bit of a buffering notification there. There aren't a lot of cranes right now. Things have slowed down a bit in Calgary. The city is growing fast though still, but high-rise construction has slowed down quite a bit in recent years. Yeah, you could say it's the Chicago of Canada since it's second to Toronto, the way Chicago is second to New York in terms of skyscrapers. If we're talking metro areas though, Montreal and Vancouver are both bigger than Calgary. And of course Toronto. A media monitor, yep. I didn't run into any signal issues in Edmonton at all yesterday. Dave S, hello. Reminds you of Dallas, Texas. Well, both Calgary and Edmonton have been compared to Texan cities quite a bit. Houston and Dallas, mostly. Or even Austin, more recently. But Calgary gets compared a lot to Denver, also. Denver, Colorado. Cindy Kerr, hello. Alright, maybe I'll go north again here. We'll make our way closer to the river. That didn't sound good. There are some great views of the skyline from the river, from across the river even more so. Doggy! 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 See, it's just one-way streets lined with office towers, basically block after block. And as you can see, lots of the office towers are connected with these overhead bridges. They call these plus 15s in Calgary because they're usually 15 feet above street level. So it's sort of like the path in Toronto, except it's mostly above ground. I think there was a movie shot in Calgary and set in Calgary called Way Downtown. +15 system. At least I think that's what it's about. I've never actually seen it, but I heard it's actually pretty good. Maybe I'll have to check it out. Pretty sure it's called Way Downtown. Hey Pamela, how you doing? Is this Chinatown up ahead? It gets mighty cold in Calgary in the winter. You can get some cold snaps here where the temperature plunges below -30 and stays that cold for like days, like a week even. Yeah, the city is still growing quickly here. There might not be as many cranes these days, but doesn't mean the city isn't still growing. There's a massive glut of empty office space in the core right now also. They're used to the cold, yeah. Chinatown is around 4th Ave and Center Street. Okay. I just thought this building over here had a bit of a Chinatown look to it. Yeah, I think upwards of like 30% vacancy in Calgary's downtown office market. That's insanely high. Toronto's is around 13% right now, which is considered extremely high for Toronto's financial district. It's a far cry from 30%. Used to know a girl named Audrey. I know a few people who live in Calgary, other than my half-sister Kirsten lives here with her daughter Eva. I have a number of friends who also live here, who relocated here from Ontario. Oh, thanks, Evan. It's a pretty old movie now, but it still gets talked about. I don't know any Audreys. Audrey from Calgary, are you here? Yo, Audrey! And this is a hilly place also. There are hills all around. Like a nice walkway over here along the river. Hopefully the signal holds up. Celebration of Chinese history. Yeah, the banners say Calgary, Chinatown, so we're definitely in the Chinatown area here. Christine, we actually encountered a friendly Calgarian earlier. My sister and I were looking for the building our Airbnb is in, and she sort of went out of her way to direct us more closely to our destination. Hello. Michelle Gray, have a great night. Yes, by all means, check out the rest of the stream in the replay. You can see where else I end up here in your town. And there's the river, the Bow River. Is it pixelating a bit? Yeah, the signal has been not the greatest since I started the stream. Edmonton definitely has a one-up on Calgary there. The stream was like solid as a rock in Edmonton. Reminds you of Montreal and Ottawa. I agree that it has a bit of an Ottawa feel to it, but I don't know about Montreal. I think Montreal is just a different sort of city. Much bigger, older, denser. Ottawa is older, but it has a similar size as Calgary. A similar level of amenities. But Ottawa doesn't have the huge skyscrapers that Calgary has. Alan K, hello. Yeah, the signal is no good around here. Maybe I'll head back up into the heart of downtown. Yeah, it's very odd, media monitor. Nice little pedestrian bridge. But I don't want to go that way because I want to go back to where the signal is better. So I'm going to head back this way towards all the big buildings. Any plan to go visit Vancouver? Well, not really. I did do Vancouver about 1.5 years ago. My sister doesn't live there anymore, so It's not really on my destination list for the time being anyway. It's definitely a bit of an outdoorsy city. The mountains are close by. Not looming over the city like in Vancouver, but they're within visual range. You can see the mountains from Calgary off in the distance. Banff, of course, is nearby. Banff National Park. It's an easy day trip. Steve, yeah, we're going to pay a visit to my sister Kirsten, who lives here, and her daughter Eva. If we can. She actually lives outside of Calgary in Chester. Satellite town, just and my sister has a friend, one of her best friends, who lives in Calgary now, so they're out and about right now, checking stuff out. My sister now lives in Toronto, same as me. My sister Melissa, that is. Got a big Cineplex Odeon. Looks a bit like a bunker, though. But no doubt it's a handy place to catch some movies. Probably a lot of screens on there. Oh yeah, there's malls. There's quite a few malls in Calgary. None of them are as big as places that have any mall that big. There's a downtown mall. I haven't been inside of it yet. And lots of suburban malls. Archie or Edith Bunker. I don't know, neither? How about Meathead? I'll go with Meathead. Some parts of downtown are very quiet though. Some of these office streets with the office buildings. We're at 3rd Avenue and What is my dream destination? Maybe Tokyo. That's always been the city I've always most wanted to see with my own eyes. I know Johnny's been there many times. My sister was just there with her family recently. So I think it's time maybe I made a trip there. Hey, Todd Boothby, hello. Yeah, I did a walk before the stream walking along 17th Avenue. So that'll be coming in a upcoming video. It was fairly lively. Stephen Avenue and 17th Avenue, I think, are by far the liveliest streets in central Calgary. Stephen Avenue is right in the heart of downtown. 17th Avenue is in another neighborhood just to the south of downtown.
Hey, what you doing, bud?
Streaming.
You videotaping?
Streaming. Live stream. Yeah. Hey, Smitty. Hello. Tiana. These streets are impressive to look at with the canyon of buildings, but they're not terribly interesting to walk along unless you only want to look at office buildings, you know? Like, there's not a lot of street interaction going on with the buildings. We do have some chain type restaurants here though. Hey, Martin Van Owen, hello. You want to go to PEI? That's a place I've never been. I've never been to the Maritimes at all. Court Affair, yeah, I'd like to go to Halifax for sure. This 3rd Street. Manitoba. I have walked around Winnipeg one time, but that was a long time ago. Before YouTube was a thing. So this is 4th Avenue we're currently walking along. Well, look what I spy with my little eye on top of this building. Not even Calgary is safe. Hi, kid. Action Kid brother? Are you actually Action Kid's brother? If so, I've seen you in a couple of Action Kids videos. He's not. Is it an imposter? Imposter Action Kid's brother? He'd probably have his own name and not just Action Kid's brother, right? Yeah. So I think the real Action Kid's brother has his own YouTube channel where he does cycling. He's quite the avid cyclist. Supreme Bee. Well, Alberta has lots of wealth. It's oil money. This is an oil town. Edmonton and Calgary. Although they tend to boom and bust. So they could boom and boom hard, but then when they bust, they can also bust hard. I arrived between snowstorms, yeah. My brother Dominic told me when I was just in Edmonton that it just snowed in Edmonton just recently, within like a day or so before our arrival. Of course, there was no snow or anything when we were there, but snow did fall out of the sky. What's happening with this building? Yeah, I found a bike path here. Haven't seen a lot of those. All right, let's head south now. Yeah, they both get super cold in the winter, but Calgary has this thing called the Chinooks, which can warm things up dramatically. An otherwise cold winter day can suddenly go above zero. They call them Chinooks. And Edmonton does not get Chinooks. It just stays cold all the time in the winter. Although this past winter I think was not so bad. And that's the case for many places across Canada, it seems. My hometown North Bay normally has long, cold, snowy winters, and it didn't have much of a winter this year even. That's in Northern Ontario. But the weather can be pretty erratic in Calgary too, though. You can have a snowfall even like in June in some cases, you know, just a random, bizarre sort of weather system just might descend on the city. And oftentimes, before the winter season, Calgary might get hit with a major snowfall in September, you know, times when you just wouldn't see something like that happening in Toronto. Thunder Bay is the same, yeah. Mild winter in Thunder Bay too. There's a building going up there. I haven't seen too many in my walk around here. You lived on Lakeshore Drive in North Bay. Hey, that's awesome, Maxim. Calgary Court of Appeal. I didn't notice the price of gas, Alan, and I didn't really think to. I don't usually pay attention to the price of gas. At least the signal has improved since I moved away from. Harley Hotchkiss. Got an ad. Yeah, that's going to happen from time to time now. I have it on the lowest ad setting, so hopefully that will be one of just a few ads you might see. Yeah, the office core here is just overwhelmingly modern architecture, you know? You just don't see too many old historic buildings in between the office towers. Alright, we're heading south again. I'm going to plug in my power bank here. Find a nice shady spot. Plug you in. I'm going to work today. Yesterday it didn't do much of a job working at all, so maybe today will be better. Yeah, these scooters are just your convenience. There's more across the street up ahead. That's something Toronto never got on board with. I think electric scooters are technically not even legal in Toronto. But everyone rides them anyway, of course. I think the police just don't care. Want to get out of the glaring sun. There's Holt Renfrew. Well, we had our first honk. First honk of the stream. I don't think we've had any sirens yet, though. This is where the LRT goes through. A lot has changed since 2010, Carol. Yeah, the city has grown a lot since then. Went through a huge boom period, but it's slowed down now, as I was mentioning. I don't think I'm going to go that way. There's too much loud music down there. Yeah, definitely a different vibe than, you know, a city like Toronto. It just lacks the size and density to have the same sort of energy at street level. And it's a lot younger. All right, let's go this way. I think there's plenty of fast food restaurants around. I haven't really been looking out for them, but there's no shortage of places to eat.
quạt mà em thương thì con người sao mà thương được. Yeah.
And we're back at Stephen Avenue. Well, let's take a walk through and I'll try to avoid the copyright music. It's open to traffic from this point westward, but from here eastward it is closed to traffic. So I'm walking in the opposite direction now than I did when I did my pre-recorded video earlier. And I didn't walk through the entire stretch before, so maybe I'll do that now. I'll just cross the street to avoid the music. I might have to zig and zag from one side of the street to the other. I'm walking past. It's quieted down a bit. When I walked through here earlier, it was a bit busier, I think. A bit more lively, especially this stretch here we're currently walking through. Seem to have more people. Maybe the sidewalks are starting to roll up already. Hey, Tom Bikes, hello. Yeah, this is the pedestrian mall. Stephen Avenue. Okay, let's go to this side now. Zigging and zagging away from the music. This is where you find the most old historic buildings, I think, all along this street. It's the most charming, inviting street, definitely in downtown. Sal Smith. Ahyo, 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 ahyo.
You're fucking Canadian. Look, take us, fucking bitch.
You need one in Toronto? Yeah, I mean, there's a few streets that would be perfect for this. Yorkville Avenue is a good candidate. Cumberland Street too. I say both those streets really should be pedestrian only. And Augusta Avenue. And all of Kensington Market for that matter. We do have the Distillery District, which is a pedestrianized area. I think that gets overlooked sometimes, but it does exist. Of course, it's its own thing, you know. It's kind of like on the edge of downtown. Hey, Parched is here. Hey, you're welcome. Glad I could bring you back to Calgary again. Yeah, there are a few sketchy people about, but honestly, not that much compared to Edmonton. Edmonton seemed way sketchier downtown. Got lots of patios all along here. We're definitely in Alberta. Lamel's Western Wear. Out of my trip to film 2 days of another province for us. Really appreciate the time and work you put into the streams. Hey, my pleasure. Thank you very much for your support. Much appreciated. Glad to take you around Calgary and Edmonton yesterday. Where's my cowboy hat? Yeah, you know what? I thought of wearing one, but I was like, nah. That would just seem too corny. Have we even seen one Calgarian wearing a cowboy hat yet? I don't think so. I think that's something you do only at Stampede time. The Calgary Stampede, which is a huge deal here, if you haven't already heard. Probably one of the biggest festivities of its sort in the world. Takes over the whole city, and it's not just rodeo stuff. It's sort of like a all-encompassing sort of thing. People come from far and wide. Yeah, I got the Stranger Things t-shirt on. And more Muzak. So far I've been avoiding the Muzak pretty well. I don't know if I can keep it up or not. Let's hope so. Bank and Baron. Turn down your music, Bank and Baron. I don't want to hear it. Hey, there's a cool shot of the Calgary Tower sort of asserting itself. It's like, I used to be the tallest. Wesley, well, I guess not. I haven't really had many dingus encounters in Toronto lately, though. It's been pretty good. Look at these awesome old buildings here. Downtown. Near the end of my stream in Edmonton yesterday, I found the nicest street in downtown Edmonton.
It's up on the top of the next building over.
It was alright. It wasn't as nice as this, though.
It's supposed to.
Edmonton's nicest street isn't even downtown. It's in Old Strathcona, called White Avenue, near the University of Alberta. There's the tower in all its glory. And you can go up there, of course. Check out the views. I'm not sure how much it is. Hopefully it's not as much as the CN Tower. The view is only 1/3 as high as the CN Tower. So maybe it's 1/3 the price. I doubt it, though. The CN Tower is over $50 now. At least it was last time I went. Hey, crikey, hello. Welcome to Calgary. Edmonton yesterday, Calgary today. Where will I be tomorrow? Well, I know where I'll be. It's nothing to get excited about. I'm just admiring all these nice old facades on these buildings. I think these are dating back to the early 20th century, maybe like, I don't think much earlier than that, though. Calgary was a pretty small town for the whole first half of the 1900s. as was Edmonton. Edmonton used to be bigger than Calgary, actually. Hey, I am Taboy. Hello. Do they still stampede things? I don't think so. I think it's just a yearly festival type thing now. There's an awesome building. It just keeps going. It's still pedestrianized. Here's a map of downtown. So the shaded part is what is considered downtown. Jack Singer Concert Hall. Hey, good evening at Visit. Yeah, I've been enjoying the walk around Calgary. It's quite pleasant so far. New building, either a new building or an old building that is getting a redo. Could be that. A sprucing up. $22. Thank you, Evan. That's not a bad deal. I mean, you know, compared to $50. Where are the people? I don't know. I think we've just seen plenty of people along Stephen Avenue, but that's pretty much where they all are. They're all on Stephen Avenue and also 17th Avenue in the Beltline. Those are the two streets that are the busiest. Is that magpies? Oh, this is nice. I take it this fills up with water at some point. Hey, Parched is here. Hello. There's the bow again. And Telus Sky. Looks really skinny from this angle. Chocoland. I wonder what they sell there. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hello. Hello. And Calgary Municipal Building. I remember when they built this. I think that's the old City Hall over there. Or is it still City Hall? And this is the sort of newer City Hall. That's a lovely little building there. Kind of reminiscent of Toronto's old City Hall, just a much more miniature version. All right, let's head south. That's right, John Southwell. Let's go down into the Beltline. That's the neighborhood just south of downtown. It's mostly a residential area, but it's pretty dense. There's lots of apartment buildings and condos. And that's also where 17th Avenue is, which is sort of like the Queen Street, I guess, of Calgary. It's a popular strip with trendy shops and restaurants. The weather is super nice right now. Toronto's doo-wop music guy. It's actually a bit warm. I probably don't need the blue flannel shirt today. Wayne McKay. I noticed in the heart of downtown all the streets are one way going. Alright, crikey, I know the signal hasn't been the greatest during this stream. Alright, my Airbnb is on 13th, just a few blocks south of here. Signal's good for you, Kurt? Alright, good to know. It gets pretty low here, and I get the occasional notification telling me that the signal is weak. As long as it doesn't create constant buffering in the stream, I guess it's... And I want to paint it black. Hey, Rebecca, hello. Welcome to Calgary now. All right, we're at 12th Avenue. Calgary Police. I think the eastern end of downtown is considered like the so-called sketchy area. Or they did call it the... Oh, sorry. Maybe the talking Morse code. Calgary, get your shit together. There's no excuse for such crappy internet. It's like Niagara Falls. Oh no, you don't want that. Well, let's go back towards the heart of downtown again. I wanted to go to 17th Avenue, but maybe the signal will be even worse the further south I go. So we know it was holding up pretty well right in the heart of downtown. Starting to clear. Seems like I can't stray too far away from, you know, the heart of the downtown core without the signal completely going to shit. Alright, good. Thanks, Tom Bikes. So I guess my pre-recorded video of 17th Avenue will have to do. All the more reason to watch it later. Calgary is sort of hip and cool street. Looks like it was not meant to be as a streaming location. So it's a good thing I did record a video of it. Sorry about all the crappy signal. You would think, Chris Mills. Edmonton was fine. Not one single problem in Edmonton. I streamed for 2 hours. I even like strayed a little bit outside of the core itself, and the signal still held up all the way. I went all the way to the Alberta riverbank. I'm with Bell though, Ellen, so I guess blame Ma Bell. Traffic's getting heavy here. It's 5:30 Saturday rush hour. Definitely not weather related. The weather couldn't be nicer. Random music. We don't want your music, Calgary. We want... Give us better internet, please. There is a CP train. I think that's the CP rail line. Canadian Pacific. Yep. Smitty, yeah, the Airbnb is really nice. It's on the 10th floor. 10th floor of a nice building just in the Beltline, which is the area I'm just leaving right now. Is it going again? I'm not getting a notification right now. But I'm thinking I might do a Airbnb tour video, so that might be fun. So you might see that coming up on the channel soon. That part looks like Toronto going under the rail corridor. Yeah. Of course, the rail corridor here is much smaller than the one in Toronto. Got the sun directly behind the shaft, the shaft of the Calgary Tower. That shaft is blocking the sun. That's quite the shaft. Can I walk through here? Okay, I can. I'm going to walk right past the base of the shaft. I'm flying tomorrow, Vivian. Back to Toronto tomorrow. Just a heads up, when my premiere is taking place tomorrow, I'm going to be on the plane because we're taking a later flight. So depending on the situation, there is Wi-Fi on the plane, so I might be able to attend the premiere normally as I always do, but there's a chance I might not be able to be in the chat as much, so just a heads up. But the premiere will be taking place as usual though. Yeah, here's the very bottom of the tower right here. You can see how skinny it is, really. Yeah, that's right. I might be chatting with you from the air. We'll see how the Wi-Fi is, if it can handle it or not. Me streaming my video. Crikey, we did take Porter actually. It was a very comfortable flight. They do a good job at Porter, making you feel, you know, like a true customer, not just a number or a piece of meat or something like that. That was a cool shot of the Telus Sky building. Usually it's at 7:15 Gertish. I sometimes adjust the time depending on what the situation is, but that's my usual time. Your granddaughter is a Porter flight attendant. Hey, that's cool. On our flight to Edmonton, all the flight attendants were guys. I don't think I saw a single woman working during the entire flight. Scott Briggs, hello. Kelvy Cardoso. You're flying Porter on June 6th. That's cool, John. It's like a wave deck. Let's walk over this one. Now you have to... Okay, calm down there, crotch rockets. Now you have to kind of jump down though. It's not the best wave deck. She hates the Edmonton flights. Yeah, check it out. Got my phone in my face. There we go. There I am. Got the tower. Kind of a cool shot there. Yeah, the Porter flight flew from Pearson though, not Billy Bishop, because it's a jet, and jets cannot use Billy Bishop Airport. So Porter does operate out of Pearson when they have jet service. Kelvin Cardoso, a $20, 20 real I should say, super chat once again. Calgary, that's great, Ken. Thank you for the live streaming. You're welcome. Thank you again for your support. Kelvin Cardoso, supporting both during my Edmonton and Calgary streams. Much appreciated. Cheers. Thank you very much. Here's the big hotel again. We saw this earlier. You like the blue flannel? You cannot type? That's okay. Yesterday I could not talk, Vivian. It seemed like every other word came out wrong. I was flubbing words left and right. Today I'm doing a little better. I think I only flubbed a few words here and there. I don't know what was going on yesterday. Maybe downtown Edmonton just had me feeling out of sorts or something. Maybe I didn't sleep well enough. Who knows? We are a pair, right? But now we're back in the land of better signal, at least. I'd be curious to see if any other streamers had the same issues. I know I've caught Alina McLeod streaming in Calgary before, and I don't think she had many problems, but she didn't really leave downtown either, to be honest. She did go near the river, and I think she actually did have some connection problems when she went straight towards the river. We're back at Stephen Avenue Mall again. This Bay store is very nice. Most of the big Canadian cities had a very nice downtown Bay store. Not all of them are still in operation though. I think Winnipeg's is no longer open. The building is still there, but it's not a department store anymore. And it was even bigger and more impressive than this one. Of course, Toronto's downtown Bay store is still operating, and it's a big, impressive building also. Vancouver, they still have theirs. I think Edmonton's downtown Bay closed a long time ago. The city center mall in downtown Edmonton is pretty dead. I did walk through there. Didn't do a video though. Wasn't really worthwhile to do a video, I thought. It's not a completely dead mall, but it's not alive either. It's just meh. It's just a meh kind of mall. Hey, CRB, how you doing? Or ERB, I should say. How you doing? Gail Allen, hello. I forgot my cowboy hat, darn it. I meant to bring it. I forgot to pack it at the last minute. Let's go across. be doing well. Good to hear it. Mark Ruan, hello. Here's another look at the awesome Hudson's Bay store. It's definitely a substantial building. I'm going to try to record a video riding the LRT, maybe after the stream. I'm meeting my sister and her friend for dinner later, but that's not until 8:30, so I have a bit of time. And look at this, I saw this earlier. Calgary has a downtown Simon store. That's something we could use in Toronto. I keep saying that the empty space where Nordstrom used to be is prime location for a Simon's, being it connected to the busiest mall in North America and all that. What does my sister do? Well, she's a mom right now. She just is a stay-at-home mom. That's what she's able to do, and she's happy doing it. Before, she worked in TV. She worked at a few different television and movie production places. She worked at CBC, she worked at Vision TV. So, anyway, nice looking Simon store here. Calgary's Center City. Yeah, she's a fantastic mom. My two nephews, they're amazing, amazing young guys. Max and Eli. And her husband works in TV also. TV is sort of like in our blood, I guess. My brother Dominic is on a TV show now. Very angular city. Hey, Sammy Woo, welcome back. Horror Fields, most definitely, most definitely. This is just a quick trip her and I are taking, and she was pretty sad to leave her boys just for a few days, and they were sad to see her go. So I'm sure she'll be happy to get back home tomorrow. Vivian Johnson, if you can call this TV, I guess. I know people do watch the streams on their TVs sometimes. Hello, William, how you doing? Bunch of Calgary transit buses. How would I describe Calgary? It's big. It's a big, sprawling kind of prairie town, big, sprawling, tall prairie town with high energy and high aspirations to keep improving. It punches above its weight. Let's just put it that way. In a lot of ways, it punches above its weight. Hey, Novel Costs, hello. It definitely feels more like a big city than Edmonton, like when you're walking around downtown. But it also doesn't feel anything close to a big city the way Toronto does, right? Toronto is like a whole other animal. Or Vancouver, for that matter, feels like a much bigger city too. But then again, Vancouver felt small compared to Toronto, so it's all relative, I guess. Yeah, my pre-recorded videos are in 4K. The live streams are in 1080p. But if you watch a pre-recorded video during the premiere, it's in 1080p during the premiere, but then afterwards you can watch it in 4K. That's how it works. At least it's not Mississauga. Yeah, Mississauga is all condos, right? The downtown. I mean, there are a few office buildings. Maybe like half a dozen sizable office buildings. But it's vastly condos, whereas in Calgary it's the opposite. It's vastly office buildings in the core. And then you have some residential buildings around the edges in the Beltline and east and west of the core. That's where you find the residential towers. You like downtown Calgary? It is very quiet, like I said earlier. Once you get into these office building areas, it is very quiet, especially on a weekend. You think so, Horrorfields? Well, I did pitch an idea for an episode of Law & Order Toronto to the showrunner of the show, the head writer and showrunner. I told her about an idea I have for an episode, because I met her, because she's friends with my sister and her husband. Well, my sister's husband is her boss, actually. But they also know each other in more social circles too. Hey, will do, William, will do. Hello, Lindsay, how you doing? Yeah, there's the Law & Order Toronto, although it's only airing in Canada on TV. For now, anyway. Maybe eventually it'll be available in other countries. Yeah, me too, Novelcos. Calgary and Edmonton are both lacking in that regard. But some of the buildings are awesome here, though. The ones I showed earlier, the Bow. One of the most impressive office buildings I've ever seen. Media monitor, yeah. Well, you never know. Aaron Hockey, right? Yeah, there's a big downtown mall here. I think it's healthier than the one in Edmonton, the downtown mall there. It's definitely not doing well. This is a pretty substantial older building here. There's a mall called the Chinook Center. I think that's a pretty big mall. Yeah, these streets are lacking in street fronting retail and shops and stuff like that. It's the base of office buildings. These are just all office building lobbies and stuff. There are a few restaurants here and there. But this isn't a street that you stroll along to take in all the vibes, you know, of city life or anything like that. You have to go to Stephen Avenue or 17th Avenue, as I mentioned. I don't think we saw these yet. Schnook. Definitely not Schnook Mall. Hey, Rodan Incorporated. Oh, another random scooter. Yeah, we're getting into the evening now on a Saturday, so this part of downtown is going to be dead. It was already pretty dead in the afternoon. It'll only get deader the later it gets. Bow Valley Square, that's like a little mall. It's not the big downtown mall though. There's Brookfield Place again, or Brookfield Tower, whatever it's called. Tallest building in Calgary. For those just joining, I've been streaming for over 2 hours now. So I hope all those have been enjoying, who've been watching the whole time, and anyone who's new to the stream, welcome. This is my first time walking in downtown Calgary. Well, I did do a few videos before the stream walking in downtown Calgary, but you know what I mean. This is my first day ever in Calgary walking around. My first stream ever in Calgary. Thank you, William. That's right. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Like, share, subscribe. Do all the things. Hit the notification bell. I'm getting close to 24,000 subscribers. I was well past 23,900 last time I looked. So we could hit 24,000 in the next couple days maybe. Or maybe even tonight, if everyone who hasn't subscribed subscribes right now. Talking about LRTs, Noble costs. Speaking of LRTs, I think I want to record a video on the LRT. So since I've been streaming for over 2 hours now, I'm thinking I might wrap up the stream here. 2 hours of downtown Calgary. Same as Edmonton yesterday. I think that kind of covers most of it. So I'm gonna buy a ticket and hop on one of these trains. I don't think I care which one. I'll just hop on any one and ride it for a while. So thank you all. I hope you enjoyed the stream from downtown Calgary, largest city in Alberta. First time for me here, of course, as I mentioned, and maybe first time you're seeing the city. I hope you enjoyed. It was great chatting with you all. And I'll be premiering a video, as I said, tomorrow evening on my channel, so keep an eye out for that. I'll be on the plane, so hopefully I'll be able to come in the chat. And thanks to the mods for doing an awesome job as always. And big thanks to all those who sent support with any super chats, super stickers, or PayPal donations that you sent my way. Very, very much appreciated. And next time I stream, I'll be back in Toronto, so get ready for that. That'll be in the next few days, usually, so hit that notification bell and all that other jazz. And I will continue. All right, have a good day, everyone, the rest of your day or evening, and I'll see you all again soon. Hey, Brad Palmer, hello. He's live now. Oh, he's live. Okay, well, everyone can go watch Brad Palmer from my hometown, North Bay. All right, I'm going to sign off from Calgary, Alberta. Stay tuned for more Calgary and Edmonton videos coming up on the channel. Yoink.